This is Carving It Out
Women's Skate Stories
with Heather Janier
and Paula McDonald.
Your skate besties.
Episode 10.
Anita Sanford. All right, I'm going to actually do it this time. Okay. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm so excited and nervous. I'm glad you're recording, Paula. This would be a great
We love
blooper.
you. We love you. We're here for
All
you.
right.
Okay.
Welcome back to Carving It Out. Today on this episode, I have my amazing co-host, Paula McDonald, and a super special blast from the past, skating all the way from an incredible old Powell video, public domain 1988, to the Skateboard Hall of Fame 2023 induction, Miss Anita Tessensohn Sanford. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm glad to be
We're so
here.
stoked to have you with us.
So, what do you have behind you there, Heather?
You can kind of see my... This amazing grip tape was sent to me by Anita herself. There was a contest. I forgot who actually did the contest to win the piece of grip through Instagram.
It was the Bones Brigade Audio Show.
Was, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because you know what? That makes sense because I had been listening. So the Bones Brigade Show did that little contest, win a piece of grip, comment, and I was like, I need that grip. And I think, Paula, you commented, like, get this girl some grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I didn't win. I never win anything. But then I got a message from Anita, and she was like, I want to send you something. And I thought, oh my God, what could she be sending me? You know, and then I think maybe a month went by. And then I get a box, and it has 2 pieces of this. So Paula's getting one.
Thank you.
And it also had some amazing Bones Brigade pins and some stickers, which are super exciting because you can never have enough. That was so sweet of you. Seriously, unexpected.
You're so welcome. I saw, your entry, your comment on that. And when I saw you didn't win, I was like, this girl has got to have this grip.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool because I actually had cut the picture out from an old, I don't know if I printed it out or I had the ad, but I had it under my grip tape for a while. I had it under the clear grip.
Mm-hmm.
So this is so sick. I'm actually after today, I'm going to re-grip my board and use it. But
I love that. Amazing.
Yeah.
That picture was also used earlier in the year when we had the first women's meetup for the Hillsborough County Parks. That's what the skate team used that as the invitation for the invitation. It's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, this ad makes the most rounds, right? It's the most famous ad of all time, probably.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that says, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, that's very flattering. You'll have to send me that invitation. I've not seen it. I'd love to.
Yeah, that would be great. They were trying out some women's lessons, and they thought that would be a cool one to use. So they used that.
Cool.
They put that together. Yeah, it was a fun time. That ad is pretty interesting, though. I'm in PR and advertising, and to think that you did that back then and it appeared on the scene and you didn't really know it was even out there until it was actually out there is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
And it goes on. I did not know that grip existed. Just
stop it.
Until a few years ago, someone said, hey, did you know that this was available online? And I was like, oh, wow, thanks for letting me know. Cool, yeah. But then, I've been in touch with Powell about it. It's pretty great.
Yeah. About the royalties or no?
No.
Oh my gosh.
If that image encourages women to skate, it needs to be out there. So I'm happy for it to be out there.
For sure. That's what I say about everything girls skate. Even if it's something that I think is, I don't know, a little whack or what. I'm just you know what? If it gets more women and girls and moms out on board skating, then it's all good. It's all for the same thing. We're all trying to get the same end goal, which is crazy because I know we're going to circle back, but I'm just thinking you said to me in a message on Instagram that you have to travel 2 hours to skate with other women. Which I think is I'm if I lived out in Oregon and, you put out hey, I'm skating, I'm finding where you're skating and I'm going to session with you. It's crazy to me that, you of all people have to session alone.
Yeah, there are a couple, I will say 3 women that I've seen at the local park. We have actually 8 local parks, but at the one that most people skate at, I've seen, 3. And they're, much younger. and
Yeah.
doing things that I, at 56, do not do. But yeah, I love going up to Skate Like a Girl sessions. I have
Yeah.
some skate friends up there now, and yeah, I'll be seeing some of them tomorrow.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah. There was a skate club for the University of Oregon that formed last year, Girls UO Skate Club. And so I'm hoping that as school comes back into session, that group also comes back together so I can session with them some.
That would be so sick. I know you were doing the skate club with that outdoor center by you, like some skate classes, but I looked online for it and I didn't see anything recently. I wasn't sure if that is still going or.
Yeah, it's with the rec department, our city
Okay.
rec department. And so skate programming, it's not real robust, but there are some offerings. There are skate club offerings twice this year and second Saturday skates and an
Okay.
actually girls' night session. So I'm
Sick.
excited to lead that.
That
We're
would be
gonna
amazing.
we're gonna have 3 different age groups, each an hour. So I'm hoping to just lock some females here in
Yeah.
town in.
Yeah. You
Is that
gotta,
a new
like,
is
when you
that
get the kids, talk to challenge them to get their moms skating. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that's what
yes.
Heather does.
That's how I get the moms. When I'm helping with the kids' camps, I'm like, hey, you think your mom would skate? And they're like, no way. And then I'm like, hey, your kid, he said you couldn't hang.
And what you're gonna be there anyway,
Yeah,
right? You may as well.
100%. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's how it happens. So your summer camps went well, Anita, that you did this summer?
Yeah, I had a couple and fantastic. The first one was an all-girl skate camp, and that was definitely my favorite. Yeah, it was a great time. At the end of the session, I was like, okay, guys, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 is thanks for the memories. I'm going to go play basketball.
Yeah.
And 5 is I will forever own a skateboard. And I want to say 7 out of 10 were 5. I will
That's
forever
amazing.
own a skateboard, and my heart just exploded.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so cool too when you see the younger ones, like when it's clicking, like when they start camp and they're like really off balance and a little unsure. And by like the end of the week, they're just like going for everything with the confidence is already through the roof. It's so good to see.
It is. And I love the piece of it the piece that they will just look at the world differently.
Yeah.
I remember showing a skater a wax curb, and I said, oh, this has been skated before. And so they will always look for that wax on a curb now. And I'm just
Yeah.
they're just going to look at the world differently.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
And also just to see the confidence that grows, like even for our monthly girls sessions we do with the little ones that have been coming out, we've had a bunch of new ones coming out each month during the summer, and just to see them from the beginning when they get there, and they may be very shy and not willing to mix in with the group, but then by the end they're like hanging with their buds and eating pizza and going out there. It's
Yeah.
amazing. That's what I love so much about skateboarding. It just
Yeah.
brings people together.
The camaraderie, especially in the girls groups, I cannot explain how much it fills my heart to see all the camaraderie, because I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I mean, we did in my local Eugene group, but not beyond. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels so good. It really, I don't know what it is about. It's like even the smallest little things you start cheering for, things that the guys would never cheer for. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you manualed for 3 seconds and not 1 this time. It's like, yes, or you went over like the smallest crack. You're like, you got it. My gosh. But
Yes. Celebrating every win.
yeah.
Small and large.
Yeah. But going back to when you were growing up in Eugene, you actually did have girls skating with you, which is so sick. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I've seen where you've said before, it's it wasn't something that was odd to you because people skated. It wasn't like it's not something that girls don't do where I'm from.
Yeah, absolutely. There was about a group of 10 of us at one point where everyone had boards, and mostly for transportation, right? We were just
Yeah.
cruising around, just being wild teenagers, and then dwindled down to about 4 in the end ish that really took it seriously as a sport.
Yeah.
And I'm still in contact with them.
Even just for transportation back then, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's amazing because I don't even I never even in the 90s used one for transportation. It wasn't even something that felt like it was accessible or so it's just so cool that that was the vibe back then in Oregon. Come on, that's amazing.
Yep, little Eugene. It was not uncommon to see a girl skating down the street.
So sick.
How did the guys react to that back then?
Actually, everyone was really supportive, especially in our friend group. Everyone was about it.
But I think I read that your dad was kind of like, "This is a tomboy thing," and your mom was more for it than your dad was?
Yeah, so my dad actually lives in Torrance, California, and my
Okay.
mother was in Eugene. And so when I turned 18, I moved to California and lived with my dad. And I was really into skateboarding at that point, and he just did not get it.
Yeah.
He thought it was a phase and it wasn't going to go anywhere.
How did that change, like, throughout your life even? Did that ever like, does he still think it's like a tomboy thing or
Well, I mean, he did go to the ceremony with me.
awesome?
I did bring him. So, yes, very supportive now, 100%. And even my grandmother, who is pushing 100, I saw her recently. She's like, Anit, we're so proud. We had no idea. Look at you now. I was like,
I
I
love that.
know.
That's
So cute.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because they didn't have the vision for it. They couldn't see what it was gonna be back then, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Wasn't a thing
right. You
at
know,
all.
it's amazing now because 'cause they're like, "Oh my gosh, like, our girl was one of the you know what I mean? Like, you're a trailblazer. Now there's women in the Olympics and everything else, so I'm sure getting in the Hall of Fame and all those things, you know, now they're like, "Whoa." Like, you were so ahead of your freaking time. I'm just saying,
Mm.
like, come on. Especially out in the streets, like, the street skating is just
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think about this a lot, and street female street skaters were so few and far between. I could
Yeah.
count on my hand how many I knew,
Yeah.
like along the whole West Coast,
Yeah.
Seattle to LA, San Diego, even. Yeah. Not including vert, of course, because there were definitely more
Yeah.
female vert skaters like Cara Beth and
For
Stephanie
sure.
Person. Yeah.
Yeah, and freestyle and
And freestyle.
slalom, I feel like the racing, the go fast, but just the street itself, like, that's so gnarly. Cause street skating is so hard. Like, I thought about this just I wanna say yesterday, yes. Yesterday at the park, I had a really great session with a friend of mine, and our park, we're lucky, we have, like, a huge bowl and then a street section and, you know, the different sections, and she loves to skate in the bowl. So when she's skating, like, I'm doing roll-ins and carving walls with her and everything, and I'm like I came out of the session like, that was so fun and, like, easy in a sense because 'cause you're just floating and you're on your board, and I am looking down at the street because really I just wanna ollie up onto something and, like, get that figured out, you know? And I'm like, "Man, like, that is so much harder." Like, the street is just so hard, you know? It's like you have to figure out how to use what you have and get up onto it and all these things, and it's just the jumping is so difficult.
It's a
So
bigger barrier to entry. Like you've got to be able to
yeah.
master things.
Well, it's funny that you say that because one of the biggest things that I've had a hard time getting is carving because I
Okay.
never really skated bowls. I minimally skated vert. And now I look at that bowl and I'm giving it my best effort and it just hasn't clicked yet. It's hilarious. But I'm like, oh yeah, I can,
Oh
ollie
my
up
gosh.
that or
You've
grind
totally
that.
got it. I can't
I
even
will.
picture you
I
not
will.
carving.
I will. But
Yeah.
it's like my thing.
Right.
I'm gonna get it. But it just hasn't clicked. Isn't that so funny? And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can go off that ledge. No
My
problem.
gosh, I know because rolling off an edge
Gosh.
of anything, you know what I mean? Like, it can be terrifying, you know?
How
That's
Yeah.
often do you
amazing.
skate now, Anita?
Not as often as I like, because, life, but at least once a week. Every once in a while, 2 weeks will go by, and then that's a drag because all my pop and all my tricks that I reacquired have fallen wayside again, and I get to relearn them. But you know what? I get to relearn them again.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Oh my gosh. Have you skated weekly, you know, from way back then to now, or has it just been reignited like post?
no, I have not. In the early 90s, I walked away
Okay.
and never looked back until I did the Bones Brigade Audio Show
Wow.
about 2 years ago, I wanna say. I might be a little
Yeah.
off. And it just kind of reintroduced skateboarding into my life. And then, obviously a cascade of events happened after that.
I know they kind of credit themselves. They're like, not to credit ourselves, but no.
And it's true.
They planted a
They found me.
seed.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
found
that's
me
amazing.
online.
Oh my gosh.
And you didn't think about it or miss it during that time at all? I know you were battling an injury when you left, and that was really unfortunate, but were there ever times when you thought about it again after all those years?
I definitely always had a setup. I definitely always used it as transportation, like any
Going to the
opportunity,
mailbox.
any sunny opportunity to skate to the mailbox was
Yeah.
absolutely had. I'd take it to the beach and use it as transportation when we visit California. But as far as actually doing tricks, there was a time when I moved to Portland briefly. And of course, you go to a new city where you don't know anybody. This was mid 90s, like 95.
Yeah.
So I was only a few years off the board. And what do you do in a city that you don't know anyone? I went to the skate spots.
Yeah.
I went to Burnside and ended up making some really great friends. And then once dance became my full-time job again, then skating more often fell wayside.
Man, I feel like the way you got hurt because you were going past a driveway and a car backed out, right? And then you broke your leg.
And not backed, straight forward.
Straight forward. Why did
Straight
I think they
forward.
backed out? Oh my gosh.
I mean, it was a big shopping center.
Okay.
So it
I'm picturing you like skating down your sidewalk and like someone's backing out of their driveway because that's my biggest fear with my own kids. I'm always like, before pass that driveway, like make sure that car is like not moving. So when I read that, I think I just imagined it in that scenario of them not seeing you and backing out. But man,
yeah, and I slowed down and I thought I got eye contact with her.
my
So
God.
I slowed down, and then when I thought she stopped, behind the sidewalk, so I proceeded, and then she just jetted out.
Holy crap. And you were like 19 at that time? Or were you younger when you
18,
18?
19.
Okay.
Yeah, 19
Okay.
sounds right. 19 sounds
Man.
right.
Do you remember what that like, your thought at that? Because you thought you made eye contact with her, and then is that, you know, like, going through that whole process, is that why you walked away from skating? Like, was there fear and everything there left over, or was it just the physical? I know you started dancing to get the range of motion back and everything, but just can you, like, take us back there? Or if you don't want to, that's okay, but just, like, what that was like, did you have this thought of, like, "Oh my gosh, like, I'm never gonna skate again," or did that just sort of was that something I don't know, like, how did that happen where you really did leave skating behind?
I thought I was going to skate again, and I probably started skating before I should have. I was
Okay,
going full out skating before I had full range of motion in my leg.
okay,
And so, in order to rehabilitate myself, I started taking those dance classes
gotcha.
to try to regain full range of
Yeah,
motion since physical therapy had, expired. And
yeah, and it's hard to do all those exercises at home once you're, like, post physical therapy, you know what I mean? It's hard to kind of keep them going and
absolutely, especially at
yeah,
that age, I
for
was
sure.
so in the moment.
Yeah, yeah,
So then when shortly after I took that first dance class, 2 months later, I find myself on scholarship at the dance school. So performing probably less than a year after that, continuing to skate. The road rash made keeping up with dance classes really difficult, rolling around on the floor, being able to,
yeah,
you know, to do all of that. But I think the transition away from skating and into dance wasn't like immediate, it was gradual. But once I worked on a movie set 3 days and was able to make enough to live in two cities for the
yeah,
summer, I was like,
Uh-huh.
I think, I think this might be the way I'm gonna go. Because where was skateboarding actually gonna go
right,
long term?
right,
And so for longevity and practical purposes, dance kind of became what I did.
yeah. Man, that's incredible, though. But no fear, you went right back skating, and you didn't have any fears or anything like that with, like, the injury or Like, you know what I mean? How sometimes, I mean, people go through something like that and then it's either the fear of just getting hurt or, something like that happening again, or it keeps you from maybe, I mean, the first time not the first time, but maybe the second first time I tried dropping in, I actually knocked myself out. You know what I mean? So then dropping in took me like 6 years. I don't know. I think just that mental block, but there was nothing. Just,
Not in street skating, but
wow.
funny you should say that because, yes, I dropped in on vert and hit the flat bottom and knocked the wind out of myself.
Oh
And,
my God.
you know, like I am not a vert skater.
Yeah.
I stuck to the streets after that.
Yeah. Vert skaters are super gnarly.
Yeah.
But no, I was not afraid. And I remember getting both sides of advice. Take your time, ease into it. And then some of the younger skaters were like, you got this.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do I do? Do I go full out or do I take my time? Yeah, I was not afraid. And I probably should have been.
Yeah. Does that ever affect how you raise your own daughters? Like, like knowing that happened when you were so young, I don't know. Was there anything fear related with them as they were trying and doing different things growing up?
No,
No, that's
not
awesome.
at all. I think in gymnastics, you learn how to progress
Yeah.
in the right way.
Right.
And so I approach all of my athletic minded things that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That was your early training ground, right? Gymnastics.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had other skaters that were also gymnasts prior to, and I feel like the transition from the gymnastics to skating is a natural one and one that is a nice training ground for a future skater.
Yeah, absolutely. I have noticed that there have been several gymnasts turned skaters. I love that. You have the ABCs, right? You have the agility, the balance, the
I don't know.
coordination
Yeah,
and strength. Yeah.
for
So
sure. And the tumbling out of a trick.
I did that the
Yeah.
other day. Not that I do that very often because usually I try not to fall. I'm 56. I'm just trying stuff I know I can do. So, but yeah, I took a pretty good tumble the other day and did a backward roll out of it to my feet. My husband was like, what?
It was graceful. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'm like, well, had to get up. I was already going backwards.
My gosh. No, that's
Do you
incredible.
skate with your family members?
My children have never been interested in skateboarding. And I've always tried, I'm like, always, here, try this. Not once interested. So the first time my 26-year-old skated with me was at one of the Skate Like a Girl's lesson. And that was not too long ago, just a few months ago. And she did great. We had so much fun. And yeah, but prior to that, absolutely not. Now, my husband, for his 50th birthday, I got him a setup. And so
Nice.
he skates with me for me. Sometimes he'll try stuff because he knows I can do it.
Yeah.
And he can't, but he'll just go for it with like reckless abandon.
Yeah.
Just to be like full. And he's like, see, I did it. You can do it. Like, okay.
Oh, that's amazing. I don't know. Guys can just go for stuff, even if they're not great at it. They just believe from the get that they are, and they can just do.
Yeah. But I'm like, really, man, you got to learn how to fall.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he's very supportive. And if he's not skating with me, he's there to give me hands, spotting me. And
Yeah.
just my biggest supporter, really.
I love that.
That's so sweet. Yeah, I'm
I
in a
saw the
similar
picture of you.
situation with my daughter. My daughter she lives in Redondo actually, so pretty close to where you were hanging out in your late teens. But she has a carver board, so she's really taken into that. She's like, I don't do skate parks, but I will ride my carver board with you. But yeah, I'm the lone skater in my family.
At least you have a carver. Yeah. So I lived in North Redondo for a while.
Yeah, she's
Now
in
over to South Bay.
yeah, she's near Rat Beach. I saw one of your Instagram pictures at the little skate park there in Redondo. I've been to that one a few times myself when I go out to visit her.
Yeah, that's a fun little park. Yeah, I love it. Location. Right there.
Location. So when you decided to move there, I guess, spending time with your friends in Oregon and having a nice little skate group there, like what were some of your thoughts in moving to California at that time? Was it for the skate scene?
It was. it was to be closer to the skate scene.
I mean, you were, I feel like, super in it. That's why I know, like, when you were talking about, I don't know, like, where's skating possibly going to go? And dance was obviously the right thing for your life, you know? But I feel like there's no doubt that you would have gone pro. Just the people that you were surrounded with at the time, it feels like anytime that groups of people, like, they're going pro together, like, everyone that you were with, do you know what I mean? Like, all had these blossoming, amazing careers that are still, like, well known, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the what if, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the what if. But what was it like? I mean, I've heard you say skating schoolyards with Jeremy Klein, which is so sick.
Yeah, I mean, I would go to Venice, and then you would see Jeff Hartzell, Christian Soy, Aaron Murray, Nadas, maybe more so in Santa Monica. But on any given day, you'd just be skating with those guys. Really awesome. And South Bay would be like, right, Jeremy Klein and Max. And I had a bunch of skate friends there, Shay, who worked at Nike SB for a while. And yeah. And actually, I had this little girlfriend. She was 12 years old. And I ran into her at a schoolyard in Torrance. And then we skated together. And then every once in a while, she'd knock on my door and be like, "Can you go skate?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." So, hey, Gina, if you are listening, I would love to know if you still skate. Like,
So sick.
but then,
We gotta find her.
yeah. Let's see, you were 12 in 87. And where are you now?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So she'd be like 50-ish.
Yeah, approaching, if not
Yeah.
50. Yeah.
Where could she be? Gina, we need you.
And then I would also go down to Orange County and hit the Huntington Beach curbs. And that would be like what? Jason Lee, Ed
So
Templeton.
Oh my
sick.
gosh.
Yeah.
Just like name after name after name of the who's who of like skating back then, which is just incredible.
Well, not only that, though, you saw those places in videos.
Yeah.
There were no clips back then, right? You'd see them
Right.
in magazines or skate videos and just show up. I'd just show up. Yeah.
I know.
Insert self here.
Right. Yeah, because they're really, I mean, where can you do that? I guess maybe now they have those, you see those guys out there doing the curbs in Venice and everything. Still, they have the slappy sessions out there. But that'd be so sick just to like know where they are and like pop in now. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. It's a different time for sure. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about San Francisco too, because
Ooh.
San Francisco was awesome. Just show up, hit Embarcadero and meet
Yeah.
fellow skaters and go to the Fort Miley banks or this ditch, that ditch, these banks, or even the streets of San Francisco themselves. So fun.
So amazing.
Did you ever make your way out to the East Coast and skate at all on the East Coast?
I went to the East Coast once and it was to New York City, and I wasn't skating real heavily back then. This would have been during the transition phase, but I did take my board and I did hit the Brooklyn banks. And
Amazing.
I did get recognized on the subway.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Super cool. Those banks look gnarly. I would love to skate those. You did, Paula, right? At Go Skate Day?
I went there for Go Skate Day. Yeah, it was a crazy madhouse. It was so fun.
They look
So
gnarly.
fun. They just reopened them. Yeah.
If I remember, pretty steep.
Yeah. Super steep.
Very
Plus being
steep, yeah.
brick. Like, come on. Amazing.
Very
my
steep
gosh.
for old people like me.
No, we had a girl in our skate group. I told Paula this. I was like, I'm bringing this up. No, we had a girl that skates with us, and the first time she came out to one of my women's lessons, she had a Jeremy Klein, like one of his hookups, like Zelda board, but she didn't know. And she's like, I don't know, like, I'm really embarrassed. Is this board going to be okay? And like, I'm like, take that home right now and put it on eBay or put it away. She's like, well, my boyfriend let me borrow it. Like, she was embarrassed to have it, didn't realize it was like a hookups old board. I
Mhm.
was laughing so hard. But man, just to be able to skate with those dudes is so sick.
Yeah.
So
And
sick. And work
coming,
for World and work with Rocco. I mean, come on.
yeah, I was in it. I was in it.
Yeah.
Was
Amazing.
that really kind of the plan when you moved down there? Did you know that all that was going to be happening for you in terms of the working in the industry
Yeah.
and really being involved in such a heavy, such
That was the hope, right? But I was not expecting it at the level that it came to be.
yeah.
I mean, I was working at the mall in the food court,
You were?
when the ad came out, and I remember someone coming up and talking to me about it. So, it's just life just happens.
Did
Like
your dad
opportunities just happened.
so if you were living with your dad down there then, did he see the ad and what was his commentary on it?
Man, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. No, actually, you know what? He did get our local paper to come do a little feature. So they did a little photo shoot. And that's the one that you'll see in the Hall of Fame. That's
Yeah.
from that little local paper. So he wasn't all not supportive. He was supportive.
He was a
That's
low-key
amazing.
fan. He was a
Yeah.
low-key fan back then. Yeah. He didn't wanna act too excited about it.
My gosh.
Dads.
Yeah.
See, for me in the '80s, it was BMX. I was a BMX racer. That was my
Cool.
thing. Yeah. I didn't skateboard much at that age, just other than just kinda up and down the driveway, but I remember when I was racing BMX, Vans was bringing the Lucite half pipe out to all of this major BMX races, so that was kind of my first introduction to skateboarding with Everett Rosecrans and his 2 sons doing that ramp. But it was fun. It was fun to kinda see the progression over the years during that time when you were really up and coming to now. The girls are amazing, and there's so many
Yeah.
opportunities now.
100%. I had the opportunity to go to the last Vans Combi Bowl session, and I looked over I was just by myself in the bleachers being a spectator, and I look to the corner and I see an entire section of just all the female skaters hanging out and just like cheering each other on, hugs, smiles, and I got so choked up. I was like, "Oh my God." I'd
That
like
gives me chills.
it just made me so happy to see how
Yeah.
far it's come, and they have that. It's
That's
amazing.
amazing. Yeah. Do you even like, did you think about that back when you were skating? Like how other girls, like seeing you, like how it was going to affect like the girls' skate culture? You know what I mean? Because,
Not at all. I was just so in it and so
yeah.
laser focused on
Yeah.
getting this trick and doing this and getting here and doing that, and that it I did not see broader picture.
Yeah.
And looking back, of course, I'm like, I'm just so honored and grateful to
Yeah.
have any been a part of that story.
Well, and
Yeah.
for sure, because you were so young too, but it's just it's so cute because I think even in, like, the Equal Time magazine that you did, which if you haven't read it, you can read it on the, Skateboard Hall of Fame, they have it linked, there's all the magazines, but you have the cover, and it's funny because you're definitely a teen because it's so, like, nonchalant. You're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, whatever, I don't know." It's like you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, even in public domain or, like, any interviews, you're like, "Yeah, I encourage girls to skate, sure, whatever." Or like they ask you like, "What's good about it?" You're like, people get together. What's
Yeah.
bad about it? You're like, bad attitudes. I don't know. It's just so funny. You're like, yeah. And you can just tell that you were just like a real skater. It was just like you were a skater. This is what I do. And like, I don't know about these questions. you're like, don't take it too seriously. If you're taking it serious, you're too serious. That's amazing. But that advice alone right there, we had Fabiana tell us almost word for word the exact same thing. She's like, are you taking it seriously? And we're like, no. She's like, okay, good. Don't. Just have fun. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Or at least have fun in the process, because
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. If you're too serious about the end and not serious about the process, that's where
Yeah.
it gets a little crunchy.
Yeah. The journey's so good.
How did you learn tricks back then? Like, did you have someone that you would work with who would help you to learn tricks? I mean, the kids now, it's like YouTube all the way. Like,
Yeah.
the girls are watching all the YouTube videos and learning. But, like, back then, like you said, we didn't really even have much video back then. So, what was kind of your process for learning all that you learned back then?
Yeah, absolutely no coaching. Absolutely figure it out. So trial and error is how we figured that out. 100%. I want to do that. try, 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 try. A million times, fail, 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 until success. And it's
Yeah.
a pretty long road, especially with no instructions. However, now I'm like, someone will ask me about a trick, and I'm like, well, let's see what Mitchie Brusco says.
Yeah.
Right?
Who doesn't?
Yes, you're
Like-
right. You got it.
I don't know. Have you seen this site?
My
Because
gosh.
He's an amazing instructor.
100%.
Amazing instructor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
But-
why the progression is so fast now, because like you say, try, 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 try. But like they've got the step-by-step instructions now, which is great for them. Just great for them. Yeah,
That's
but I don't like
incredible.
just to see something like in a still frame and be able to convert that to actually executing it is crazy to think that.
Yeah. Or like you
that people were
sent
able
me
to do
this
that.
and it's the hand plant photo. I mean, come on. The hand plant, like who does this even now? Like this is so gnarly. Do you know what I mean?
I tried to do that probably about 2 months ago, and my back was like, no, thank you. Not today.
Or the ho-hos. Come on. I mean, both hands on the ground with the feet up. That's gnarly.
Gymnastics.
Girl. Whew.
So, I mean, that was actually pretty easy for me back then. It
Yeah.
was just putting a board on my foot and doing what I always did.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
So that was pretty easy. And I mean, I can still do handstands now, and I can still skateboard now, just not together.
Yeah. You probably could though, right? I mean, maybe if you did a little of it every day, but would you want to? Is that
Sure, maybe off the wall, but yeah, I'm not contorting myself into that position to get it up there right now.
oh my gosh. I wanted to ask you, I know that the guys on the Bones Brigade Audio Show talked to you about doing the kickflip off the nose of your board in public domain.
Mm-hmm.
That was so sick. But was that more because of the like how small the noses of the boards were? I've been trying to kickflip in general, but I've been trying to use the nose and see if it, you know what I mean? Like if it's easier on like my son skates all these old school stubby nose boards and I'm like, is it easier off the nose on this board? Like where should I do it? I don't know. That was so gnarly.
Well, back then, if there were popsicles, that's not what we
Yeah.
were skating. So the
Yeah.
nose would be like 4 inches. So yes,
Right.
there was no pop really. So
Yeah.
it barely hit the ground. So yeah, that would be the big deal, is that it was just a few inches long. Maybe you can't see up there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, they're so short. There's like, it's just and they would have it like double drilled to make it a little bit longer if you wanted to, or
I don't remember that back then, but I've seen it a lot now.
yeah.
And there is a resurgence of shaped boards,
Yeah.
I've noticed. So you'll see a lot of people doing that now.
Yeah.
Love it.
Do you remember how long it took you to learn the kickflip back then? Or was it something that was just intuitive and kind of just happened easily?
I don't want to say that anything beyond handstands happened very
Yeah.
easily, but it happened. I just really dialed in and worked it out until I got it. And off the nose, I don't know, probably weeks.
Yeah.
Weeks.
So sick.
What was filming skate videos like that back then? Do you
Well, that-
remember your experience with that particular video?
That was the only skate video I did. It's the only time I can really recall being on video. And it was great. It was a day. So I met the filmer at the Gardena Banks in Gardena and filmed for the day. And that was it. I was nervous, of course, and didn't feel like I got my lines totally as well as I could have, but I was happy to be a
Like
part
one
of public
day.
domain. I know, a day. Like trying to nail everything in one spot in one day.
Yeah. Talk about pressure. Like, what the heck? Like, you don't get a redo. This is where we're going. This is what's happening. Do what you want because you're getting 17.
One day.
I know I should have gone to a curb or something.
Yeah.
Could have nailed it, but no, I loved that spot. I love that hip. I went there all the time.
Where are some of your favorite places to skate now?
Now I just go to parks now because why not? We didn't have them then, so
Right.
I think Kaiser Skate Park is one of my favorites. And I go to a local park, Cal Young here, that's nice and beginner friendly. And I love going to the Skate Like a Girl sessions. And that is actually at the Nike SB private park.
So sick.
Fun.
Totally sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started working evenings now, so I don't get to go anymore. Sad times, but I'll definitely hit some of their adult workshops in the future.
Because so you're working, and do you mean just dance instructing?
No, I actually took a total pivot and I
Okay.
am coaching gymnastics.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, haven't really done it before. And I'm helping with their dance and floor exercise and beam.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. Because Dance Northwest, is that your studio and space, or are you just a part of it?
Dance Northwest was my baby. It was a
Okay.
performance group and I offered classes, but renting spaces from other studios. So I never really wanted to be a studio owner. I
Okay.
wanted to be an artist and a teacher. And
Amazing.
so I did not have a studio, but we found rehearsal spaces to have classes and create art.
That's so cool.
Beautiful.
All the fun, and you don't have to have all, the monthly payments and the leases and the space holding you back. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I look at the business model and I'm like, how?
Yeah.
You gotta love it, right? And I did love it. I just taught mostly adults. And so, you know, I found a way to do it that worked for me.
Yeah.
So I no longer have Dance Northwest
Okay.
assembled, but I do pop ups and I teach dance fitness at several gyms.
Yeah, you know what? I always see your posts on Instagram, like, "I'm teaching here, it's hip hop at, like, 5:30 with Anita." I'm like, "If I lived out there, I'd be at that class. That'd be so awesome." I feel like the class should be packed.
We have a good time though. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
some alumni that pop in when they can. And
I don't
Do
think I
your
can dance at
dance stu
all, but
do your dance students know that you're a skateboarder?
yeah, great question.
well, so last year they had a surprise birthday party for me
Mm,
shortly after everything happened. And it was fabulous. It was such a great time. It was such a wonderful surprise. And they were like, yeah, we knew you rode a skateboard, but you really downplayed your skills. I'm like,
yeah.
well, it's just not my way to really talk about myself in that way. I don't know.
Yeah. You feel like you have, like, a little secret you're carrying with you that's just for you or something. I don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It came up in circles, but
Yeah.
not like Hall of Fame level talk. I mean, that was a shock to me as well, honestly. The induction, I was like, what?
I remember hearing you say
Amazing.
that
Yeah, total shocker.
because your peers vote on it, right? I'm pretty sure it's like the who's who in skateboarding is voting for who they think should be inducted for each, like, decade that year.
That's my basic understanding. I'm
Okay.
not 100% in the know on that
Yeah.
process.
That's amazing.
Yeah, totally honored.
But since then, it seems like now that you have this renewed interest in skateboarding, what are you thinking might be next for you in terms of just your involvement in the industry or maybe just, I don't know. What are you thinking about, Anita?
At this point, I am finding my new place and figuring it out. I'm loving it. I had no idea how big of a piece of me was missing
Yeah.
until I really started skating every day. Well, not every day, but regularly
Yeah.
again. Wow, why did I stop? Because it just brings me such joy.
Yeah.
And my husband's like, there's a spark that lights up in your eye that nothing else brings you. You can talk
Yeah.
about anything in the world. You're talking about skateboarding, and there's some sort of spark and pep in your voice and I'm embracing it this time. And I'm just being more present. And sometimes I'm like, why me? Why me? And then I remember it's not my place for me to decide that, it's just my place to be here for it. And so
Yeah.
I've just been soaking it in.
I love that.
So just in where am I going? I'm teaching the skateboard programming for the city here and there. I try to hit every contest and opportunity that I can when my schedule allows and just see what happens.
I love that.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. It's a gift too to all of the women skaters that have been, like, just watching this progression happen lately. I know, like, there's a huge Instagram following. I know Hot Moms of Skateboarding, shout out Lindsay, she absolutely adores you, and you know what I mean? But I feel like it's just awesome to have you representing all the women in skating. It's so cool.
Stop, you're going to make me choke up.
It's so cool. Well, because too, like, we're just all connected, and even hearing you talk about it, how you just did, it's like, that's how I feel about it. That's how Paula feels about it. And it just reminds you that, like, skateboarding does do this magical thing that I don't know any of us can explain, but we all can feel it, and it's just
Hmm.
so good. So we're just so glad and happy and we just love you. We just all love you. And I love that people that didn't know you now, you know?
Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah. I'm overwhelmed with just gratitude and love for the sport.
Yeah.
Thank goodness they found you and brought you
I
back.
know. I know. Not like you were, missing, but that should be the sticker. Have you seen her?
Just momming and dancing over here. Momming and
Just
Yeah.
momming
dancing.
and dancing. There's a lot
My
to that too,
Gosh.
though. That
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
take up. That's. I mean,
How
all of
old are
us
your
go through
daughters,
it.
Anita? I know you said one's in her 20s.
They're both in their 20s.
Okay.
My youngest is 20 and my oldest is 26.
They are stunning. I mean, you are also stunning, but whenever you put photos up of the three of you, oh my gosh, I'm
Okay.
like the genes in this family. They're just, you all three just look like carbon, beautiful copies of each other.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And I agree. They are stunning and they are all a head taller than me.
Yeah. That's amazing feeling, right? Looking up to your kids.
Yeah, they walk up to me and they put their chin on the top of my head all the time. They're
My
like, "Hi,
goodness.
Mom."
I love that.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I love my girls.
What were their sports or their things when they were younger?
Dance.
All
Dance
dance.
was.
They both
Yeah.
danced.
All
Not with me,
dance.
though. Mostly because I taught adults, but, I found
Interest.
the right instructor for the right kid.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome to share that with them too. Do you guys ever just were you guys doing like living room or kitchen dance parties? You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. But what was really special is that the last year of the show that I directed and choreographed for, they were both in it.
Love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was really special.
You're gonna have to come out to Florida and skate with us, or we're gonna have to come out west and skate with you sometime.
Absolutely.
That would be so fun to meet you in person and do a little skate session.
Yeah, because isn't Wheels of Fortune out in your neck of the woods? It's Oregon, right? Or Portland or Seattle or
It is in
yeah,
Seattle. They're not doing it this year,
right.
but hopefully next year, and I'll be able
Yeah.
to go check it out.
I want to get out there.
Do it.
Yeah, it would be so
2026.
amazing. I mean,
Are
it
you
looks
gonna
like every single female goes out there, so
Hmm.
Are you planning to go to Exposure this year?
No, I'm not able to make exposure. I really wish I could. I do know of a little one who's going to head down there. So I'll live vicariously through her. She's just a little 6-year-old ripper.
oh my gosh.
Her mom is taking
Goodness.
her. Yeah. So I'll live vicariously through them.
Amazing.
I like also when you said you were talking about doing your camps that you do a little history lesson for the campers too. I thought that was a great idea. Did that work out well for you?
Yeah. So I would just bring my books, like the Converse book, and just show them all of the different boards through the years. And I would also bring my quiver, which would include a penny board and a longboard and popsicle and a shape, and just so they could experience all the different board shapes that
Yeah.
there are. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really focus on skaters or anything like that, but just skate in general.
I love that you say quiver. Amelia Brodka was also telling us that. Yeah. I'm gonna use that from now on.
It's a fancy way to
Yes.
say your big collection of skateboards, right?
Yeah. Sometimes people ask, and I'm like, no, I have a few. Just a few.
How many do you have?
Totally set up, only probably about 6 right now. Maybe, yeah. It's modest, but if I really
Yeah.
decide to put some of these together, like the Valley is gripped and ready to go.
Sick.
Yeah. And then obviously that and Strange Love Anita board's gripped and ready to go. I just don't have them set up right now.
I didn't get one of the boards, and I just told Paula 2 days ago, I was like, after I got the grip in the mail, I'm like, man, I keep like Lindsay's reel keeps popping back up, and she's skating the board. I'm like, why did I not get one of those? Because what I really wanted to do, I have a carver, and I don't love it. And I was like, what if I could just use Anita's board and put all my carver stuff on it and make that my carver? Because
Mhm.
it's close to that shape. And Val Forge is coming out with a pro carver, like her model, and it's kind of that same old school with the kicktail and the nose and everything. So he goes on eBay. There's one on eBay, and I was like, I think it was through Dark Side or Dark Slide, I don't know. But he bid on it, wins it. They tell him it's like shipping, and then this is 2 days ago, and then they go, actually, our inventory, that was wrong. That was in the system wrong, and so we're refunding you." And I'm like, "You found the only one for sale on the internet right now, and just kidding, it's not there." Which is
No.
totally fine. I mean, it's a great problem to have them all sold out, you know what I mean? But
Oh, definitely. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, what a great experience that was. But
yeah,
I thought it was still available too. Because
yeah,
every once in a while, I'm like, I wonder if it's still out there. Okay, okay, okay. So I
yeah,
thought there was one more left at Dark Slide as well.
yeah. No,
Oh,
not
okay.
it.
Gone.
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 So,
Gone.
ew.
Going, gone,
Hey,
gone.
that's just a reason to do some more, you know what I
A
mean? So,
reissue or, yeah, a new one, new art.
yeah.
Hard to top that Sean Cliver graphic, though.
Sean Cliver's so sick.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Actually,
sick.
so in love with that graphic.
Oh my gosh. I know he was at the border during Tampa Pro this year and I missed the border. I was late, but it was like his art show and some stuff going on inside their headquarters and it's a whole long story. But as I was leaving, he was there talking and my husband's like, "Go say hi or something." Like, because I love all of his stuff and I have the disposable skate Bibles and all this stuff. And then like as I'm leaving, I'm like, "I'm not saying bye. That's so freaking weird. Let's just go." And we go to leave and he's like, "Hey, thanks for coming." And I was like, "Oh." Then I was like, "Okay, we love your art." And then I, like, ran out.
Run away.
It
That's
was so
great.
weird. Yeah. No, the board is so sick. It looks awesome.
Thanks. I love it.
Yeah. So cool.
All right. I have a couple of quick questions before we close. 3 features that you would be in your dream skate park. I know that you're not originally a skate park skater, but since you are now. So you could do 3
Yeah.
modern features.
I'm not going to lie. I'd like to see a beginning curb in a
Yeah.
skate park. Old school benches,
Yeah.
like in the
Sweet.
day. Not a
Yeah.
ledge, but just like a bench, like a schoolyard bench.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would bring back some memories. And gosh, I don't know. That's a tough one because there are so many different parks with different features and different companies doing the parks that I feel like they hit everything. But honestly, what I'd really like to see is more communal space rather than just a skate space. I'd rather see a community space, a community hub, as opposed to a bunch of concrete features.
I
So they can
love
really
that
come
answer.
together.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful answer. I love that one. How about if you could skate in a session with a skater from any era, past or present, who would that person be?
Would that be? Does it have to be with someone that I haven't skated with before?
Mm-mm.
Probably Ray Barbie.
Sick.
I would be totally nervous, but Andy Anderson,
Yeah.
right? I'm thinking of, I can't think of her name. Let me think about that last one for a second.
That'd be so sick. I saw you had I mean, we didn't talk about this, but you had a Ray Barbie board that escaped your house fire, right? It was, like, the only thing of your skate stuff that didn't actually you had a house fire in '05, I guess, and it was, like or maybe it was in an interview somewhere, it was, like, in the garage and it didn't get affected.
Yes.
Was that a board you actually skated or you know what I mean, like the Ray Barbie board, or was it a wall hanger or
Uh, to finish your question, it would be Leaf because we haven't
Yeah.
skated together for 30 years.
Does Leaf still skate?
No, not really.
Not really.
Same
Okay.
story, push around every once in a
Yeah.
while. But that would be a fun little session, I think.
That would be so cool to see.
And then the Ray Barbie was a rider,
Okay.
and it's just to the left of the Valley there,
Okay.
my left, and definitely was a rider.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You got to keep that one. Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
You
it's-
didn't skate with him back then? That wasn't something you Oh, you did?
I did.
Yes,
I
you
did.
did.
That's why I said, like, as long as it's,
Yeah.
yeah, he was. I admired him so much. So he was definitely one to watch for me as far as skating goes. If you look at his no complies and all of his flatland, that was my jam.
Yeah, now that you say it too, because I feel like I can see that in your skating, he has such a sick style. He was, again, so ahead of his time, my god. But I feel like when you're doing your shove-its, actually that helped me recently, and I didn't know that it would, but the shove-its that are in public domain are like flat-footed, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, I don't know that I'm doing my shove-it like that. And then I realized it's like, oh my gosh, I'm keeping my feet flat. Just the pressure, it just spins around so quick. And so your shove-it in that video has helped me with mine, but you can totally see that inspiration piece right there. I feel like that's amazing.
Yeah, he was
So
big
sick.
inspo.
My God.
Sweet, sweet. Okay, we're going to ask this one as a
Sweet
two-part
musician.
question for you. Favorite trick to land when you want to feel good on your board? Now we would be asking the
Then and now.
18-year-old Anita that,
Yeah.
and then in a part two, the present-day Anita.
Younger Anita, probably just the gratification of getting it, because, right, it did take me so long. A backside kickflip to no slide on a
Sick.
bench to fakie. See, obviously.
Obviously.
To me, it's easier that way.
If you didn't know.
And then now, it's board slides. I'm trying to get those long board slides again.
That's amazing.
That feels really good to just.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Do you like
Love it,
rails
love it,
or
love it.
ledges or what are you board sliding?
Just curbs.
Curbs.
Yeah. Yamaha's 56, like I don't need to be straddling a ledge.
Do you slappy up onto the curb and board slide it?
No, not grind board slides. So the
Okay.
rails. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
That'd be so sick. We need to get her on Curb Wars.
Well, I'm getting there. It's, I did not really actively try tricks in the last few decades until I was 54 years old, right? So late 54.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, but I didn't have the pre-experience, so I'm starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Fair.
Starting from scratch.
I feel
Did you
like
have
the
any other
dancing, though, at least would keep at least the jumping part.
balance, the flexibility? Do you do any
Yeah.
other training? Do you do weight training or anything, Anita?
Absolutely. I'm not living life without weights.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially, at this time in my life, it's a must.
Yeah.
I definitely do less cardio and more walking and weight training than anything for my fitness. Teaching the cardio dance is fun, but that's not my fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. Did you have any other questions, Heather, before I ask the very last one?
I have a million questions all the
Have a
time.
million
No, I could
questions.
just
It'll be
sit here and talk with you guys
24/7.
forever.
Oh,
I just love it. I don't know.
I love it so much.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, no, we didn't even just speak really quick, circling back about Sean Cliver. But when he did the board, the ad you redid with Monica Torres, who's on Strangelove or was at the time. Is she still? I feel like.
Mhm.
Yeah, her board is still for sale, that board she has. But that's so sick. At first, I was like, why did we not get Leaf to redo it? And then I was like, oh, because it's a Strangelove ad. Hello, that makes the most sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sick. And that just was in the September 2024 issue of Thrasher.
It was, yeah.
But you knew that one was coming out.
I knew that one was coming. Yes.
And you can still get that magazine. You can still order it from Thrasher or Zoomies or probably eBay. It's like $4.95. So if you want that ad, it's still available. Unlike the
Yep.
board. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
board.
super fun to shoot that ad. Sean was like, hey, I have this idea. What do you think? And I was like, let's do it.
Amazing.
Super fun.
So
That's
cool.
So cool. That is amazing.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to have to let her go at some point, Heather.
I know. I know. I just
We're
want to
gonna
say
have to
thank you, though. I'm sorry, Paula. You can ask her a question. I
was going to say, we're just,
Yeah.
please.
You. See
Me?
how weird we are? Yeah.
I'm not going to ask the last question, but I was just going to say we're going to have to do a part 2 once she's out in the world doing more things and have her back to talk more skating.
Yeah.
And maybe we can come visit her sometime.
And
Yes.
also, thank you for being so real and like an actual human being and a person. And, you're so kind. You're like going out of your way to, like, you mailed me this stuff and the hot moms, the skateboard, and you're just like a really normal, down to earth. I feel like if you lived local, you would be sessioning with me and Paula at the women's meets and hanging. And, you're like commenting on Insta. And when I first reached out, and I'm like, this is a long shot. I know, but you're like at the top of our like wish list.
She was so nervous to reach out to you.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
just going to do it. I'm just going to hit send.
I'm such a dork. I'm such a goob. I'm glad you did.
We love you so much.
No,
So
thank
sweet.
you.
So
Yeah.
sweet. All right. Well, our last question should be an easier one than these crazy challenging questions. What do you think the best way to continue to grow girls and women's skating would be?
No pun intended, but exposure. I think more females need to just get out there, put themselves out there, not be afraid to put themselves out there. Just more skaters in contests. I mean, not that I want to put too much relevance on contests, because for me, it's always been about the journey, but just more presence.
Yeah.
Such a wise memory of skating, and just a wonderful time with you. We're so
Thank
grateful for you.
I'm
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're so welcome. It was my pleasure.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Carving It Out.
Check out Anita on Instagram at Anita_Sanford.
And follow at Carving It Out Pod for updates from us.
Thanks for listening, and share this podcast with a skate friend.